Hi, it's Dorothy Guinan with Scrapbooking Quebec. Happy New Year. In this video, I'm going to share with you my Scrappy kit and plans for January 2023. I will be playing with 6 collections this month. Some of them are new, some of them are picked through, and they cover a range of themes from everyday life to winter to Christmas. That's because I have absolutely no idea what stories I'll be documenting this month, so I made sure to have a variety. When I put together these monthly kits, my goal is to narrow my selection of supplies simply to save time. It's never to finish the kit. This approach works for me, and 9 times out of 10, the products I use on any given month come from these monthly selections. At the end of this video, I'll talk about my January YouTube plans. And while I'm doing this, I'll show you still shots for each one of these collections I'm about to share. So let's have a look at what I'll be playing with this month. The first collection is Vicki Boutin's Print Shop, and I bought tons of it. I absolutely love this collection. So what I'm going to do is a quick flip through of the paper, and you're going to notice for some of them, I bought 2, even 3 papers, and others just 1. That's because I'm a big Vicki Boutin fan, and I've been buying her products for a long time, and I've learned that when I'm looking for solid papers to coordinate with it, I'm better off buying extra Vicki Boutin papers and using the B-sides, because the B-sides are typically tone on tone and they coordinate perfectly with her collection, better than any cardstock I've ever been able to find. So that's why I bought so much paper. I also bought the vellum specialty sheet. It's super cool there. I have a few more papers here, and I also bought the background mixed media paper pad, which is not something I ever buy. This is not my style at all. I find this one particularly beautiful. And basically there are 36 sheets of paper in here, 36 backgrounds, 12 different prints, so 3 of each. And it's heavy duty. This is a 170-pound weight cardstock. Pretty fantastic. I forget what I paid for it, but the price point really is good. It's very, very good for what you get. Anyway, that'll be a challenge for me though, because it's kind of outside my comfort zone. I bought a bunch of the embellishments. I have the alphas that are kind of funky. I have the puffy titles. I have cardstock stickers as well as chipboard stickers. I have the floral ephemera pack, which I love, and I wish I bought 2, so I may buy another one of those. And I also bought something new. This is called a potpourri pack. There are 200 pieces in there. Some of them are adhesive, others are like ephemera pieces, but they are wafer thin. Those are so thin. Anyway, that is why I put them in that little iris container and took them out of the packaging, because I was afraid if I was taking them in and out of that little box, I would be bending them up. I figured it would be more solid in that iris container. Now what I'm going to do is pack away this collection, one of 6 collections. I do it for all 6, but I only do it one time on screen. Basically, I want to show you how I store my monthly kits. Or monthly collections, I should say, within the kit. All the paper goes into a clear envelope, and all of the components of the collection go in that clear envelope as well, anything that is flat, except for the alphas, the titles, and the enamel dots, and of course anything that's bulky. I put the titles, enamel dots, and alphas in a communal bin. That's what I'm showing you right now. It's like a refrigerator bin from the dollar store, and I also put anything bulky in there like that iris container. The reason why I put the enamel dots, titles, and alphas in there is because I figure I could use them with other collections as well. Now I'm moving on to the second collection. It's the Hip Kit Club's Kaleidoscope collection. It was their release in January 2022. I actually bought it by accident last January, which is not something I typically do. I'm a very intentional shopper. Anyway, it's outside of my comfort zone. If you look at these papers, some of them are quite wild. I tucked it away for a year and I brought it out now. So I'm going to challenge myself to use it this month. What I bought at the time was the main kit along with an extra paper pack as well. I'm throwing in right now some of my own cardstock. So I have white, purple, I have a goldish yellow, along with a blue. So I may need more of that, but at least I have a selection there. I'm also showing you the other pieces in the main kit that came. So I had those puffy alphas there. That's the chipboard, which I really like, and it's full of very positive expressions, which is why I pulled it out for January. That as well is chipboard, although it looks like wood veneer. And this thing here is pretty cool. They are 12-inch border fringe strips. Super cool. There's a bunch of them, probably 10 or 12, I'm not sure. Anyway, I think those are kind of nice. And I also have an ephemera pack. I'm just going to show you what a few of them look like. They do look very nice. They look like they are well cut with not too many big white edges around them. Anyway, now I'm moving on to collection number 3, and this is Winter Days by Creative Memories. This is basically a freebie. I got this free with purchase for something probably over a year ago. And what came with it was this paper pack that I'm showing you right now, kind of blues, browns, very woodsy and wintry, quite pretty. And later on you'll see it. I also have some stickers as well as border strips with this. But I do end up throwing in material from my stash as well. I am going to be throwing in some cardstock, so you'll see that in a moment. I also throw in some vellum because these are going to be wintry pages, and I find vellum goes well with wintry pages. That one with the little silver hearts is from Stampin' Up. So I'm bringing in white and navy cardstock along with some wood grain paper from Simple Stories. Now I'm going to show you the embellishments that came with this freebie collection. I have 3 sticker sheets along with these border strips, which are my favorite product in the whole thing. These are laser cut border strips, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I wish I had 2 packs of them. Anyway, you're going to see in a moment, I'm going to kind of layer them up. I think they will be very fun to play with. So I hope I have photos so that I can actually use these border strips this month. So there they are. And I do end up bringing in some other material from my stash. I have a couple alpha packs here, both in blues, one from the Hip Kit Club, one from Pink Fresh Studio, and I also have some enamel dots. Here's another collection. This one I'm quite excited about. It's a paper pack from Elizabeth Craft Designs called Christmas Lives Here. I never bought her paper before, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It has that 49 and market feel and look about it. It's as thick. It's nice thick paper. The designs are very vintage, very distressed. I absolutely love it. And it wasn't that expensive. There are 12 sheets here. I bought it in Canada at the Scrapbook Nerd, and I think it was $14.99. That's a good deal. These are heavy duty papers here. Anyway, I also am going to be throwing in some material from my stash because there wasn't any ephemera pieces or stickers or anything like that to go with it. Now I have tons of tools from Elizabeth Craft Designs. This is the first paper product I bought. So I'm going to throw in some white, charcoal, and black cardstock from my stash. I also have some black and silver alphas. Now for embellishments, I dug into some old 49 and market, and this is from a past Christmas collection, probably from at least 4 years ago, if not longer. And the colors are perfect. The vibe and vintage feel about it is perfect. I'm also bringing in ephemera from Vicki Boutin's Evergreen and Holly. That as well has kind of the same vintage vibe about it. Another collection that I think would work well with this, or anything from Tim Holtz, would work perfectly well. So just Tim Holtz, Vicki Boutin, 49 in market, it would all go with this Elizabeth Craft Design paper kit. Now I'm moving on to the 5th collection. This is Vicki Boutin's Evergreen and Holly. I worked with this a lot in December, so I'm showing you what I have left. I had actually fussy cut some of those poinsettias. I'm showing you the 12 by 12 papers I have left. I actually have more of that red on order and another green on order. Like I mentioned earlier, I like the B-sides of Vicki Boutin papers for my solids, and so I did kind of have to restock. It's just not here yet. I have some leftovers from the 6x8 paper pad, but not much. I used a lot of that last month. I threw in some white and black cardstock from my stash. I'm showing you what I did with the chipboard sheet. Now, I've used quite a bit of it, but it started falling apart. So basically I kind of poked it all out. This is adhesive chipboard, but it's really, really thick. I prefer a thinner chipboard. So what I ended up doing was poking out all of the chipboard pieces that I had left and peeling off half, if not 2/3 of the chipboard. And it's still a nice chipboard, but thin, and that's what I prefer to work with. I just did one in front of you just to show you how easy it was. And then I store them in a baggie. There's no adhesive on the back, so they don't stick together, and I tend to use them more that way. I also have ephemera pieces from this collection, and this is what's left over from a tag cut-apart sheet from this collection. I also have some leftover die-cut pieces that I cut out for a previous project, so I saved the leftovers because it's all in the same Vicki Boutin paper. And all of that, who knows, I may use it this month, I may not, but it's there anyway. This is the last collection. It's the Simple Stories Mix and a Mingle collection. Again, I worked with this in December, but mostly in my 6x8 Journal Your Christmas album. So I'm showing you the 12x12 papers I have left, and I have quite a few of them. And again, for a lot of them, I have multiples. That's just how I purchase, because I often use the B-sides as solids for backing photos and stuff like that. I threw in some mint red and white cardstock. I also threw in some red alphas from Simple Stories from my stash, and I have a few other pieces from this collection. Now I have the scraps left over, not much from that 6x8 paper pad. I have some chipboard. I also have some ephemera bits and pieces, and that those adhesive brads and chipboard, I have that from the collection, and I also have one of them from a past Simple Stories Christmas collection tucked in there as well. I am going to throw in a few other things from my stash. I'm bringing in some silver and gold alphas, along with some silver and gold twine that I'll show you in a moment. That is from Stampin Up. And I have silver and gold metallic paper from Tim Holtz. That's because I've got a fair amount of Christmas material in this collection, or in this kit I should say, and I find silver and gold go well with those. That's why it's in my kit this month. I'm bringing in some tools as well. I have a die set as well as a stamp set from Elizabeth Craft Designs. That's like a file folder, and the other is like a journaling box. And I also have another tool I'm bringing in. This was a gift from Cindy B. So Cindy B, if you're watching, thank you very much. I absolutely love this. They are these little cats from Tim Holtz. They are absolutely adorable, and I'm putting them in my kit this month because I want to use them. I like to use a tool before I put it away with my tool stash, because if I put it away before I use it, then I forget about it. So that's basically what I always do with my new tools. So that's it. And what I'm showing you right now is how I store my monthly kits every month. It's basically in that cart, which is right behind my desk. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this kit share video. In January, I will continue to do my gradual return to YouTube, which started in November. I hope to do a few layout process videos, my Journal Your Christmas 6x8 album flip through, and if I can, I'd love to resume Stretch the Sketch. That's Janet Fritz's collaboration, where we start with a 12x12 sketch and then we alter it. We either shrink it or we stretch it. I always stretch it into a double page spread. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. As always, I greatly appreciate a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, of course. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would be thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. I will be back soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.